So now we're hearing a little bit more information about Diddy and how he was able to recruit or get people to be a part of these freak offs and some of his after party get togethers. Woo! Interesting.
PASCAL, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Yes, we're back on the diddler. This was some information that happened yesterday. Wanted to share this with y'all because I thought this was very, very interesting. There's a source coming out and saying that Diddy literally hired men to go out and recruit women. I guess women and men, because obviously we know about his freak offs and they definitely spicy. Okay, jambalaya. All right, but allegedly he would hire these people to recruit individuals to come over and spend some special time, okay, with Diddy. And of course, we're now learning a lot more, and more people are stepping forward because let's be real, the vortex of the diddler is definitely sucking everybody into this, into the drama, into the information. But we're here for it, and obviously, we've always wondered what's his pattern? How does he get this thing done? Right? How does he do his thing? And we're about to learn a lot more. Also, I will say this too, since it just popped in my head. Let's not forget Lil Rod, his whole lawsuit. If you remember his lawsuit, he even talked about how he was made to go out to the strip clubs wearing a Bad Boys baseball cap and recruit strippers, okay, exotic dancers, to these freak offs as well, or to Diddy's parties. And of course, we're starting to hear from other former employees about his other types of parties other than just freak offs and white parties, where he would literally have people put together these parties, very impromptu or scheduled out parties in hotel rooms. So clearly, where was he getting all these people? You got to find those people in some sort of way. Not only is it just, I'm sure, a madam, okay, or some sort of website that he's getting some of these workers on, but let's not forget there's plenty of other people that I'm sure he finds attractive at these parties that he's like, hey, I'd like to see more of you later on tonight. But he doesn't want to do it straight up. So he goes and he has somebody or people walk around and start kind of talking to people, seeing what's up and what's good. Are you interested in coming over and partying with the diddler later on after this party is over? It's very interesting, right? But we've heard this before. Now we're hearing it from an actual woman that was propositioned by one of these recruiters, for lack of a better term, at one of his parties. Let's take a look at this. So the accused monster, Diddy, hired men to patrol parties and recruit young women for intimate time with him, claiming it was, quote unquote, an honor to be asked, a targeted woman told the Post. On the surface, this a particular Diddy white party, okay, in 2004 in the Hamptons, was for a good cause. The mogul teamed up with Sony for a vote or die theme on 4th of July, focusing on mobilizing minority voters for the election. Diddy made a grand entrance by helicopter. Aretha Franklin was there, along with Rev. Al Sharpton, Mary J. Blige, Lennox Lewis, LL Cool J, and Paris Hilton was also there. But beneath the wholesome veneer, something sinister was already happening. Diddy had people working the party to satisfy his carnal urges, okay? His spicy urges, okay? Zesty even too, okay? According to one attendee. As the soiree kicked into high gear, a small team of men fanned out, approaching attractive young women and propositioning them to have personal time with Diddy after the event wound down, alleged the source, who asked the Post not to identify her as anything else other than just Lisa. So I was there because my husband worked for Sony. This is what this Lisa said. I was talking to another woman, and this guy came up out of nowhere. He said, "Hey, Diddy saw you guys and wants to know if you want to hang out after this is all done." And then she says, "I didn't really know what to say." And of course, this is just a photo of one of those many white parties that he would throw. Lisa, who showed the post photos from the event, which is interesting, she said she was initially flattered at the request, but then was taken aback when she realized what was being really asked. She continues, "He tried to convince me that it was an honor to be asked, and then said it would be an intimate time," she said. "That was my clue that I wasn't being asked to just hang out." So I said, "My husband would love to meet Diddy." And he was like, "What husband? Who is he?" So I pointed him out, and the guy rolled his eyes and said, "Never mind." But my friend said yes. Uh-oh. And went with him and a bunch of other people back to his mansion. She never really talked about it afterwards, but just would say that she shouldn't have gone. And I'm wondering, what is that experience that she saw, right? Because she says later it wasn't a good experience for her. So what kind of experience was this, baby? What kind of experience was this? She goes, because could it just be regret for being in a crazy, you know, S party with a bunch of people, right? And just regretting making the decision of bumping uglies with not only just Diddy but a bunch of other people as well. Something maybe I'm sure that might be part of it too, or maybe a crime was committed and she just hasn't stepped forward and talked about it yet. That's still a good possibility as well. It's not clear whether the intimate time being allegedly peddled at this white party involved freak off S party or involved a freak off S party. However, his wild parties, his wild gatherings, okay, in the spicy kind of way, often coincided with some of the biggest star-studded parties. We already know that at the height of his fame. Several of these group activities took place hours after major events, according to a trove of video files and documents viewed exclusively by the Post. Remember, they saw some videos and they talked about it. The Post did explain all of this and broke it all the way down. So again, it does make it very interesting that you have somebody coming out and saying, "Hey, yeah, he propositioned me," but he didn't do it directly. It wasn't directly from him. It was from one of his recruiters that was walking around these parties and saying, "Hey, what up? He thinks you're cute. You want to come and join one of these parties afterwards? You get to spend some extra time with him, some intimate time with him. And then, of course, either you'll get a yes or a no." That's very interesting because I keep wondering, how are you going to get a whole gang of people in one room at one time? If you just really think about it, like not everyone got the memo, especially if you're trying to have new faces, especially when you're trying to get not pros, if you get what I'm saying, but amateurs in the game. It's like, okay, I've already done my thing with these kind of S workers. I want to spice it up. And for a fact, Diddy, from what we've been learning, Diddy liked to keep it interesting. He definitely liked to spice it up. So I could see him sitting there going like, nah, I want to get some of these girls at these parties and all that. I'm tired of these S workers. They know what they're doing, but at the same time, like, nah, I need to spice it up. Maybe that's what it is, right? Because you got to understand, if these S parties were as big as as they say that they are, and some of these would last for days on end, it does make you wonder, where is he getting all of these people? It can't just be celebrities and S workers. There's got to be a mixture of a whole bunch of other things. So it's something to think about, guys. It is interesting nonetheless. It's definitely interesting. But what say you guys? This is interesting. This is how he was. This is just an example or a little bit of a look into his process on how he got people to go and spend extra time with him at these after parties and possibly these freak offs. That's interesting, though. What say you guys? Hit that like button down below, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll talk very soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.